Hello, everyone. Oh, for God's sake, I don't believe this. Right, anyway, I'll start again.
I love you, Bruce.
Hello, guys. This is Bruce again. I am now doing a Railworks review of the very lovely digital traction compound as you see here, as a man in a suit just walked straight up to my Railworks camera and turned his back and blocked the view. Oh no, don't tell me this one's going to do the same thing. Well, a man just walked straight through me in Railworks. That is oh god. Right,
Not for
anyway,
the first time.
Right, anyway, small disclaimer before we continue with this review. What I'll quickly say is it's a very lovely model. This video was actually filmed after I filmed the first video containing this engine on my channel. That will be shown in a few weeks, and when it's released you'll understand why.
Next week.
Next week even. Thank you, James, for that clarification. Next week.
I know your channel better than you do.
Yeah, he knows my channel better than I do. But yes, that's what we're going to do. But quick disclaimer, as much as it's a lovely engine, there are faults and, you know, small little negative points which I may point out in this review. However, due to the good nature of many of us who have bought this lovely edition for Railworks, Digital Traction have already issued a statement saying they are working on a patch which will be issued ASAP to fix these minor glitches. So do not fear, everything will be sorted out quite promptly.
They haven't specifically said which ones they're going to address yet, but I have been made aware that they're definitely working on a patch. They knew of some issues already and have been mentioned to them by people like me, etc. So they are working on fixing some issues.
Well, actually,
they should try and sort pretty much everything that's been mentioned to them and that's on their list.
Yeah, let me just turn TeamSpeak up. I'm pretty sure everyone has heard what James has just said.
Tits!
It seems as though Digital Traction is always on the ball with their patchwork, which I must say.
Hello, Alex. He just came in on this recording. Not Paul either. But anyway,
hello.
But yeah, anyway, we'll just show you around the engine. So basically, I'm on the western side of Scotland. The engine in the pack comes with some lovely period 1 carriages, which you can see around the station. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to go into the building. They're quite nice carriages. There's no interior view on them, which is kind of a bugbear slightly to me.
Gonna be fixed.
But yeah, as James said, it will be fixed.
Now,
James
yelling from inside the engine.
I'll quickly take you through some of the details. So this is the 440 compound engine. Some of you may know it, some of you may not because you're ignorant. Basically, this was a 1920s design, Edwardian era design. Originated from the Midland Railway and then continued by the LMS.
The 1000 class?
Yep, that's right, yeah. Yep. And as you can see, I think it's been rendered really well. When you compare it to photos of 1000 and its other stable mates from the same class, even though 1000 was different, actually, I will point it out. 1000 was different, very slightly different.
Well, the 1000 class was.
Yes, that's right. That's right, yes.
Although well, let's be honest. The external differences between the 1000 class and the actual LMS compounds, the LMS ones as opposed to the Midland ones, the external differences are probably few, if any. So
yeah, I'm driving the Midland Railway example. I think
they both look the same from what I've seen.
Yes.
The two classes are different. So the pre-1928, well, actually, to be fair, unless they started building all the compounds in 1928, they might actually have just not done the actual Midland.
Yeah, this is what I'm thinking. I'll have to clear that up in a later video. I'll have to do some research myself. But anyway,
either way,
back to the model.
Done the Midland one would obviously be more prototypical.
Yeah, it would be.
If
anyway,
memory serves correctly, if I may interject one more thing. If memory serves correctly, the only difference between the original Midlands and the LMS variant was the size of the driving wheels. I do believe one of them had the 6'9" driving wheels, and the other one had 7. If memory serves correctly, it could be faulty. I'm not too sure.
That's not the only difference. I know that.
Well, anyway, guys, we're taking up time.
Boiler differences.
We're taking up time.
That is one difference. But
well, anyway, we could go on until the cows come home. But anyway, let's go through the model. For goodness sake, before everyone gets bored.
No, I don't want to.
Now, the textures are pretty damn good actually on the model. I like that. The way the rivets have been put in, they look very textured. They look high. They stand out from the texture. They don't look flat. They don't feel like they're flat, if you know what I mean. The cab view is pretty damn fantastic. I can't fault it. The cab's well detailed, well coloured. A lot of the implements do work by hand, as this is an advanced engine, so you know you have a separate reverser lock and stuff like that. So you click and hold it. So you basically have a reverser lock, so you can change the reverser and stuff like that. And it does help when my hand isn't in the way on the mouse pressing the same button. A lot of the tools they're all labelled, so as you can see, you'll get like, well, you might not be able to see it, but you get like driver's injector, stuff like that, regulator, the train brake, everything. The tender face, as you look in the cab, is very detailed as well, quite prototypical. You even got a water scoop as well, which is interesting, but no surprise, it doesn't work, which kind of makes sense as there's no water troughs on TS as far as I know. Now, we've got fireman increase and decrease injector water. Oh, right, so we've got a fireman's injector. Now, that I never really realised. It's on the wrong side of the cab for me. But I'll just have a...
fireman's.
Yeah, I know, it's alright. It's because I'm not really... I mean, it's the first time for me really going into the nitty-gritty detail of it, because I've just gone into the cab, view 1, default position, stick my head out, and then just away I go. But, you know, it's a well-detailed model. It's... You know, I'm really pleased with it. It's been well anticipated, but the amount of details just wow. It just blows me away. It really does. Now, we also have working headlamps on this engine as well, quite amazingly. And I've forgotten what the shortcut was on the keyboard.
Control Shift 1 through 4.
Ah, thank you. So we've got Control Shift 1 through 4 for the different head codes. So we've got Class 1, which is 1 lamp, Class 2, Class 3, and Class 4. Oh, maybe not. So you can actually play about with that, I do apologise. That's my misunderstanding. This is why everyone should read the effing manual. But anyway, so you get to play about with the lamps, so you can do any combination of the lamps you like.
You can even do the roll train.
Yep, you can do. Oops, sorry, excuse me, didn't mean for you to hear that. But like, yeah, you can have one lamp there, you can have one lamp there, you can have a brake head code, turn 4 off, turn 3 on. Yep, you know, stuff like that. It's fantastic. It's brilliant.
You can even blow the guards whistle.
Yeah, you can actually.
Yeah.
If you press the U, I forgot about that. Good job you pointing that out, Jack. If you press the U button on your keyboard, you hear a guard's whistle, which is quite faint.
Like disappointment though is that
It doesn't have a right away one, does it?
No, on newer SSS packs, they have the option to have the right away. Well, you can do a right away, and obviously the sounds on the compound are by SSS, Steam Sound Supreme. So that was a bit sort of odd. They didn't include that, but it is only a small thing. So
Yeah, it is only a small thing. Oops, straight into a building here. I hate it when my mouse does that. Another thing we may notice, I don't know if it will affect this one. Now, I drove the BR lined black version of this engine the other day, and it didn't have this problem. Now, this is one of the problems that should be fixed with the patch, or they say it will be. Now, if you look at the builder's badge on this wheel arch as such, it's got LMS built Derby. Then if you look on the opposite side, it's SML. It's just been backwarded, reversed even. So that's obviously a minor texturing issue, but as I say, digital traction will fix that. I mean, this is how good, you know, these guys are. This is how good the add-on company is. You know you got a good quality product where if there is a problem, the company have already had the feedback and they're already working on something straight away to fix it. I can think of other developers that wouldn't do that, or they take a while to do it for whatever reason. So yeah, it's quite an accurate model. I like it. I'm pleased. No names mentioned, please. But yeah, what we're going to do is, let me just get my HUD up, and we're going to drive the train. This thing, I will point out, guzzles water like a thirsty crow, because I can't think of anything else to say.
Bitch.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, it does drink a lot of water. It's very efficient on the fire side of things, but even idling, when I came into the scenario for filming, as you know, it'll be in the high 90%. I think it's about 95 and 98% boiler water. It starts off with when you click on an engine. Yeah, I've been chatting here for about 10-12 minutes, and it's already gone down to 78%, which just idling is quite amazing. One thing you will know is that it fills up really quickly, and it generates steam really well. I mean, as you can see here on the HUD, it's blowing off continually, really. That's without the blower on. The fire is at 97% by default when you jump into one of these things. My only criticism is, I think that fire level is a bit too high, really. I think that could be changed, in my opinion. We could do with it really being at about, say about 80%, and then the boiler level being at about 75 or something like that.
The boiler level, the starting water can't be, well, it can be changed, I think, but no one has ever tried to do it before.
Yes.
Purely because it's not really worth the hassle.
Now, this is something that will be fixed. I definitely know this. But I'm going to click the head-out camera on the driver's side. And I've clicked the left-hand button for the left-hand head-out camera, and I'm on the right side. Click the right side button, I'm on the left side. That will be fixed. It's an easy problem. It's happened on other models, some other developers. Quite easy. It happens. Anyway, right, we've got load 6 of these period 1 wagons, so I'm just going to set our road, and I'll take it for a quick jaunt, and we'll see how she handles. So let me just make sure the road's set, because of course this route is absolutely fantastic, really. I really enjoy using it. I have absolutely no idea what track I'm using, because I've never been this far south on the route. Not that it bothers me anyway, as long as it's got a straight bit of line, I'm not bothered. Oh, hello. I've changed tracks there. I don't know why I've done that. Yeah, that's fine. Keep going. Yeah, green signal. Yeah. Yep. That's fine. That'll do for me for the moment. Right, so... oh, yeah, we also get 2 styles of whistles. We get a long whistle on the spacebar and a short one on the B button. Let me just turn up the TS volume in a second. Which is noticeably more quieter. And if you hold B down, you get a slightly longer short blow, so it's quite nice. So to drive this thing, what you do is, to get it going, you can set off in simple mode or compound mode, your choice, but it seems to really take off in compound. So let's just stop it again. As you've seen, as you just witnessed, it has taken off quite well. So let's just stop at the platform again, and we'll start off. Now, some of you may notice this. Basically, if you open it says in the manual as well, actually, on the quick fire instructions, as I call them, to open it up straight to full throttle and, stuff like that. So, as you put it into compound mode, the throttle will say 600%. This is the way the physics and the coding has worked out in TS. That's fine. So what you do is you get going with that, and you pull it down a bit on the throttle. So leave it at say 412%, you'll be quite happy there. Then you just change your reverser to suit, so you have to press Shift E to unlock it, and use normal buttons to wind it back, E to lock again, which is prototypical operation. It does slip out of gear very slightly if you don't have the lock on it. Yes, I know I'm speeding in the 20 zone, but hey ho, it ain't always about strict driving. So you see, now I've taken the throttle right back to 0%. We've now gone into what is simple mode. for those who don't understand, compounding is the principle of basically using the steam twice. You've got your two outside cylinders on this engine, which are your normal pressure ones. Then you've got a larger, higher pressure one in the middle. So the steam goes into the outside cylinders. When that pumps, when those cylinders in turn pump out the steam they've just used, that steam then goes into this bigger cylinder, which then gives more oomph, is the best way of describing it. And then after the big cylinder, it goes through the exhaust. Now when it's in simple mode, it will bypass that, so the two small cylinders are going straight to the exhaust. But these engines were always a lot more efficient on compounding. So what I've just got to do, you have to get the reverser just about right on these engines. Now, what you'll find is they don't have an incredibly high top speed. I've never really been able to get one above 55 miles an hour. For the record, I can't say how fast these went in real life. I have no clue, I'm not that old. If I was, then good God, I look good. But yeah, I mean, it's a case of, I think this is as realistic as we're going to get. My friend here, Mr. Alexander Beck, you about, mate? Alex?
Yeah?
Yeah, Alex here, as I'll get into tell you, Alex has driven this engine quite a lot after he purchased it. You've fallen in love with this, haven't you, Alex?
Head over heels completely. I love it.
Yeah, I was just saying, for the benefit of the viewers, about the top speed, which is about 55. Alex was telling me the other night, you said that you haven't actually got one over 60 yet.
Yeah, I pushed one up to 63 with a load 9 coming downhill.
Yeah, downhill, you see. I mean, I don't think these engines were ever designed to be, you know, terrifically fast.
And they weren't. I don't think they were designed for record breaking in mind.
No, they were designed for being quite efficient engines, mainly working some main lines and some secondary lines as well. They were that type of engine. But yeah, I mean, the top speed is about 50, 60 miles an hour, depending going up or downhill. And I think it's definitely, you know, quite prototypical of what you can expect. The water consumption, I'm not sure about. That's the only thing I can really question. Again, we haven't really gone too far, and water's, you know, it's going down quite rapidly. I mean, we're at 64% now. I topped it up and cut off about 94%. So yeah, I mean, I haven't even got the blower on. The fire's down to 96. We're doing quite well. We've got that nice light greyish smoke, as you really should have in on a steam engine when you're firing it. The external view is quite nice as well. As you can see, we get steam from the safety valve. You can see the inside motion running as well. Let me just get rid of this HUD. You can see the inside motion working quite nicely as well, which I like that detail a lot actually. You get quite a nice little profile here. Yes, I'm not using the FOV camera because I absolutely bloody hate it. But yeah, it's pretty good. I like it. I'm definitely very impressed with it. I'm just going to see how long I'm on. We're on 18 minutes. Right, we'll try and keep this to half an hour because it's only going to take me half as long to upload it to YouTube. And then you guys don't get bored too much. The engine does come in a variety of liveries as well. So we've got this. I would show you all the liveries basically, but it will just take so much faff setting it up. I can't be bothered, if I'm honest.
You got LMS Crimson Lake post 1928, Crimson Lake pre 1928, and BR Black.
That's the one. They're the ones we got, and we've got a wartime black, I think.
Yes.
We've got a wartime LMS black as well. Thank you, James, for that.
I forgot the wartime black.
Yeah, so I remember seeing it in.
Racist.
Yeah. Anyway, moving swiftly on. Yeah, but you know, you get 4 different liveries with it. We get a nice set of carriages which have never been produced before in Train Simulator. They look quite detailed as well. Just got to work out how to view them again. I think it's control that way. No? Control that way? Aha! Right, let's go a few back. Right, now, I know we're on the move, so it's going to be a bit tricky, this is. But let's just move the camera forward a bit. forward. So as you can see, we've got nice carriages for the people. The interior looks, considering the level of detail, from the exterior view, the detail looks quite crisp. It's what you can expect to see if the train was passing by you at a slow enough speed for you to see. All the door handles are nicely done. They all stick out lovely. No flat detail. It's all raised textures. Even the sorry, I do apologise about that. There you go. I'm trying to get the vent shots in. If you look down the side of the carriages, there are some air vents that you can see, and even they're well textured as well. Oops, a daisy. Sorry. Still trying to get used to this bloody keyboard and mouse combination. But yeah, the bogies are well detailed as well. The underframe detail is great. I really can't fault it. You know, these carriages are good. They come with the pack. So basically, you get a train all in one. So you get your engine and carriages all in one. The great thing about them is they're maroon as well, and they don't have any company logos on, as far as I can see. So if you really wanted, you could always actually be very cheeky. Oh, there is LMS logos on. You could actually sneak them into a BR train if you wanted. They pretty much would have been kept in that same sort of livery, just with the LMS removed. So what we'll do is we'll get to the next station and then we'll pull up and stop, and then we'll just round off a little review here. Not the best ever review on the planet, I must admit, but hang on with me. I am still getting the hang of all this farm. Right, so now where's that bloody station? Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah. There we go. I should really set the road beforehand, but it's just a lot easier just pulling into a station. There we go. Some more water.
What I found is an easier way of starting the LMS compound, if I might interject with that.
Yeah, you can do, by all means.
Is open it slowly. Instead of whacking it all the way open, start off at 5, like 5%. Start off simple, work your way up until you're in full compound. If you're in full compound with a heavy load, be sure to put the sanders on because you will spin. This thing is notorious for spinning once in compound.
Ah, that's another thing. I haven't shown the people that. Yeah, wheel spin. What I'm going to do, Alex, I'm just going to slow the train down, actually. So I was going to test out your theory on that. Because I'm quite interested. But also, yeah, it does give me a good opportunity to figure out what's going on. So if I whack the brakes on to 100%, you might see it. Oh, it's not going to do it now because I'm not going fast enough. But right, what we'll do, let's just bring it to a gentle halt. And we'll just open it up again. So start it off in simple mode. I'm going to see if I can get this wheel spin effect to work. What I might do is I might ditch the carriages here. So.
Well, surely it would be more likely to spin if...
I can't seem to get it to spin with the load. I don't know how that works.
I'm having massive wheel spin issues with a load 7 coming
Well,
out
I've got
of
a load 6
Brighton.
and I don't wheel slip at all, and I can't figure out why.
And again, I am coming out of Brighton, so I don't know what that says about the trackage there. Either that or I'm just heavy-handed on the regulator.
Well, anyway, we'll pull into the station, and when I have to brake a bit, what I'll try and do is see if we can't get the sparks effect to work. Because there is a sparks effect when it wheel spins or you brake too hard as well, which I find pretty cool. Something that isn't actually simulated enough. Oops, lazy. Oops, sorry about that. So we're just coming up to Ramilty Junction, not far from turning through what I call Gretna Green now, so we are not far from there. There you go, it's cleared the block already. Whereabouts are we? We're just there, so yeah, we'll be slowing down soon. And you've got to get 40 mile an hour speed limit, perfect. What I'll do is I'll whack the brake on 100%, like an emergency stop, and then hopefully you should see the sparks effect. Also, the smoke effects are quite nice as well. They're very smooth.
Yeah, I think those are Chris Baker.
Yeah, I think we had that discussion the other night, didn't we? We said we thought
did,
they were
yeah.
Chris Baker ones. Yeah.
They're definitely Chris Baker.
This has to be among some of the most realistic smoke I have ever seen in Railworks. You know, why more smoke can't be like this in Railworks, I have no idea. So, I'm coming up, so let's just whack that on.
Also, another interesting thing about this is what I've noticed, it's not a very load-heavy model. Like, you load it up and you're still getting very decent frame rates.
Yeah, and believe it or not, there you go people, look, there's sparks flying now. See the little yellow bits? That's a spark simulation, because I'm braking hard. You can see the...
Lighting
that's
along
what
the
it...
rails.
There you go. So that's quite a nice, neat little effect. That's the first time I've ever seen that model in Rail Simulator as well, off the top of my head. So, yeah, you know, to be honest, I'm quite impressed. I'm in love with it. I'm left speechless as well by it. I think Digital Traction have got more in the pipeline as well, from what I know. They've got more stuff.
The B12 yet?
Yeah,
I can't wait
this
for
is
that.
true. This is true. Yeah, I mean, I can't wait for that either. That's going to be a fantastic day when that comes out.
The compound has set high standards, and let's
yes.
see if DT can deliver.
Yes, I totally agree.
They will.
Yeah, I'm with James. I know they will. I mean, if they can deliver this well, then they're going to keep continuing that level of development. So yeah, I've got their names again. One's Tom, and the other one, what's the other bloke's name? Bob.
Rob.
Oh, Rob. Well, Tom and Rob, if you see this, I hope you bloody well do, actually. Thank you very much.
Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, it is fantastic. I'm over the moon with it. Alex is over the moon with it. James knew it was going to be a fantastic model anyway.
And I fucking hate it.
So we have one person who doesn't like it.
Yeah, and that's only because he can't drive it, isn't it, Jack?
Exactly.
RTFM, you son of a bitch.
Yeah,
I
RTFM.
did, and then I burned it.
But, you know, I mean, I'm not fantastic with steamers, driving them, but even I managed to pull it off. So, Jack, you know, well, not just Jack, but I think it's for anyone really. If you're not confident, or you don't always have the, you know, feeling you can manage your steam engine, then just keep practicing. With this, you know, I mean, I had to take a bit of a plunge with this one, and it did take me a few questions to figure out what was going on and a few other nars. But apart from that, you know, it was easily manageable, and it's quite user friendly when you know which buttons to press, quite literally, and you know how to drive it. It's a fantastic little engine. So yeah, again to Tom and Rob and the people at Steam Sound Supreme who provided.
Mark and Chris Baker.
Yeah, and Chris Baker as well. Fantastic, faultless. So a big thank you, a very big thank you from quite a big fan of yours actually. But anyway, we're going to round off the video now. So it's been about half an hour, and we're now at Gretna Green. So yeah, if everyone could say goodbye before we go. So it's good night from me, and it's good night from James.
Good night, guys.
And for those of you who like your comedy, you'll know where that reference is from. And everyone else,
A pleasant evening, everyone.
Fuck off.
there's always one who goes and ruins it.
Bruce,
Yes.
can I just point something out?
Yeah, you can do before I stop. Yeah.
What if someone's watching this in the morning or the afternoon?
Well then, good morning or afternoon to
If you live in a time zone other than Great Britain, tough fucking shit. If you're watching it in the
Well,
morning,
what if it's still
sorry.
someone in Britain who's just watching
Oh,
it in
shut
the
up,
morning or
James.
afternoon?
Let him close the video. I'm
No,
back.
I-
technicality.
Paradox! Anyway, I'll see you guys another time, and this video will be uploaded to YouTube ASAP. Goodbye for now.